friends! Today I wanted to talk about 3 simple ways to keep track of your debt repayment process and keep yourself motivated. I tend to like to have visual reminders of where I am on my debt repayment process in multiple locations. So I keep I keep this debt repayment chart on my fridge so I can see how far I have to go and how far I've come. I also keep something at work that reminds me daily and something in my budget. So I'm going to talk about those 3 things now, starting with the one I just showed you. This is a really cool debt-free chart. As you can see, it's been on my fridge for a couple of years. I got it from debtfreecharts.org or something very close to that. I will put the link down below. They have these really cool things. They're completely free, and you can make it so they say like car payoff or credit card or Sally Mae, and mine is just to be debt free since it involved 2 different student loans. And as you can see, I've been tracking my progress since I was at $31,580. That wasn't the beginning of my debt repayment journey, but I've been tracking it since then. And since I'm currently at about $13,500, I am more than halfway done, which I'm excited about. Well, if you count from where I started, I'm more than halfway done. But I keep this on my fridge, something I see every single day because I have to eat and I have to go into my kitchen, and y'all have probably seen it in the background of several of my food videos and meal prep videos because I see this every single day. Now, sometimes because it's there all the time, I don't notice it all the time, but it does remind me when I see it that, hey, you're working on something, you've come a long way, and you have a long way to go. So if you're interested, I will link this debt-free chart below. You do the math out, so it's an even number. I started with $31,580. When I get to the top, I will be $0 in debt, and I cannot wait for that day. A lot of people use these. A lot of people love these. I'm definitely one of them. All right, another thing that I do, which I put a picture on Instagram or something about this, and this is what gave me the idea for this video. I didn't realize that no one else does this. I have this little pack of Post-it notes, and I keep it on my computer monitor at the bottom right-hand corner. So I see it every single day when I am at work, and it helps remind me what I'm working for, what the money that I am earning at work is going to go for in addition to food and life and everything. And this thing I started in 2013 when I had $32,352.29 in debt. As you could see, I actually had my big student loan, my smaller student loan, and I guess a credit card or something. I owed $80 on something. I have no idea what that was anymore. But every single month, I put a new Post-it note on here. I mark the date, and I mark how much debt I have left. So, in here, I can see how much debt I had in May of 2014 on each student loan. Let's see if I can maybe find the one where I paid off my little loan. That's probably going to, oh, here we go. In January of 2015 to February of 2015, I paid off my last bit on my smaller student loan. And every single month, I just stick a new Post-it note to this, and I tape between it too, so they don't fall apart. I tape it on the top and in between it. This is not a sophisticated system, but it reminds me I can look down at any time and see how much money I have left in debt as of that month. So obviously this isn't a day-to-day accuracy thing. You guys see what my debt is every time I post a video, and that's a day-to-day accurate thing because I go and check the website. But this is a month-to-month, and this is enough to remind me of keep chugging along, keep going every single day, and it's essentially free. I doubt my offices would care for less than a pack of Post-its that I use this to keep myself motivated at work. In fact, they'd probably be really cool about that. All right, so yeah, that's what I do, and this I just took off of my computer monitor, and I will bring it back on Monday, and I will stick it back up there, this little tab, and it's almost at the end of November. I'll put a new Post-it on here saying how much I have in debt then again, and I can't wait for this to be done. It's getting pretty thick. And it's a lot of months that I've been working on this whole debt-free thing. I will probably, when I do my debt-free scream, if I'm allowed to do my debt-free scream at the Dave Ramsey Studios, I will probably bring this with me because I didn't realize no one else is doing this, but I love it. This keeps me, if I'm frustrated at work, this keeps me going. So I like this. Maybe you should try it too. It's essentially a free thing to try out. So, all right. And the final thing is I keep a spot in my budget where every single month I log how much I've paid to my debt and what my new balance is. So every single time I go to log in my budget, I can scroll down, and I've actually been doing this since 2014. Rory, move. She's not moving. I'm sitting on her. All right. Some years it's been more complex than other years. Okay. That's not, oh, well, maybe. All right, if you can see, it just, in January, I'll put how much I put towards the debt and how much is left. And then at the end of the year, I can calculate how much I have paid to the debt so far this year. In previous years, I did it a lot more complicated. This year is just how much I put to the debt and how much is left. So far this year, I have put $5,108.91 to the debt. That does not include October. I haven't updated that yet. And right here, there we go. All right, is 2014, where I contributed $3,590.36, which was not good, but that was my first year doing it, so it's something. Got to start somewhere. And then in 2015, with my first 10K 2015 challenge, I got real happy, and I was calculating like interest and everything. And that year I paid off $9,502.97. I paid $1,460.66 in interest, and the total I paid to my debt was $10,963.63. I wish I was a lot closer to that number for this year than I am, but life happens, right? So those are 3 ways that I keep my debt at the forefront of my mind, which I guess you could think would be a little bit of a downer, but in all 3 places there is a section where I can see how far I've come. In all 3 places, if this number is looking awful to me, I can flip back and see how much I had in debt in this month a couple years ago. So I find it motivating, and I think you can choose to find things like that motivating, because this number is so much better than this number that I started with. In every single spot, I can tell that I'm making progress, I'm keeping going, and it is just as important that I keep going. So tell me which of these 3 ways to track your debt that you liked the most and you might decide to implement, or tell me if you have a way to track your debt progress that you're using that keeps you really motivated. I may steal it. So good talking to you guys. See you later. She's so lazy. She would not even move when I was filming because she doesn't care that I was filming. She just wants to be here on the couch, all fuzzy. What's wrong with the baby? Yeah. Pathetic.